say you bought yourself a new head, right? You bought the mesh and everything for it, but you're like, oh, I didn't think to have anyone string it up. Well, maybe this video will help you to be able to do it yourself. So this one is the Kinetik 2.0. I made a video about this head, excuse me, already. I made a video on this head already. We did a pattern for it. You know, it was a good pattern. I believe there are other patterns that you can use for this head. I'm going to show you this one right now. So what we got here today is it's going to be pretty much a solid mid pocket. Depending on the way it comes out, it might even be like a little bit of a shiftier bag, but we'll see. So what happens here is just like most heads I string, you know, I'll usually skip this first this first top string hole. Cut. Ready, set, go. All right, so we got another head here today. We got the Kinetik 2.0. This has some Hero 3.0 mesh in it. This is the USA colorway, and I'm so upset that I'm going to do it to it. But we got this Volt yellow string, and it's going to look terrible with this, but for video purposes, for you guys to be able to see it, this is going to be the better way. So to start off, we're going to go on this third sidewall hole, and we're going to go up through the first 10 diamond row. Okay, see how I'm doing that, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a loop, okay, from the outside in of the head, okay? And then we're going to go up through the same mesh diamond, okay? See that? I'm trying to get this out of the way. This little mesh piece right here, but so that's our loop, right? Okay, see how I did that? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to skip 2 sidewall holes. Yep, 2 sidewall holes. The next mesh diamond, we're going to go down from the back to the front, okay? See that? And we are going to put it through this sidewall hole where the strut kind of starts, all right? So when you pull it a little bit, you can pull it out this way. So we didn't go through any more mesh, right? So see how it's starting to make that loop right there? So what we're going to want to do to make it tie the mesh down to the head is we want to go in between that string that we had before and then in between the mesh. So we're going to go up through it, okay? Just when you pull it. No, that was a little quick. Right there. So this here, we're starting the channel, okay? Get it nice and tight. Make sure the ball has the most consistent pathway possible. We're going to do that again, another SI, okay? Go down through the mesh, back of the mesh. All right. And we are going to skip 1 sidewall hole. So this one, come down to this one. Okay, this next one, outside in. Okay, pull it. And then in between the string and the mesh. And I believe this is probably one of the better ways to show you exactly what you should be seeing. Pull it tight. Right? Okay. And then we're going to do that again. We are going to skip another sidewall hole. Okay. So we're on the 1, 2, 3, 4th mesh diamond, 10 diamond row. I went down from the back to the front of the mesh. Okay, since we're skipping this hole, we're going to come down to this next one right here. Pull it. And then up in between it. The mesh and the string in between it. Okay. So when it comes out, it looks like that, right? Whoop, whoop. See that? Hell yeah. Starting up. Channel's starting up. So for this one, we're not going to skip any sidewall holes. But what we're going to do is go through this next 1, 2, 3, 4, this 5th 10 diamond row right here, from the back to the front. Okay. Don't skip any sidewall holes. Go right down into this next one from the back, from the inside or from the outside in. Pull a little bit and go. See, when you pull it, you can kind of still just fit it right there. But it'll still match up to come on the inside. See how that set in place? So when you tie it tight, it's going to sit right there. So this next one, we're going to do a 1 SI. So it's pretty much what we did here, all the way down the head, but we're going to go do a 1. So 1 is simple. I know in other videos I've gone up. I'm going to go down this one, okay? It's all personal preference anyways. It doesn't really matter which way. But you see how I went from the back of the mesh to the front? And then without going through any sidewall holes on the head, we're going to go do the same thing from the back to the front of the next 10 diamond row, okay? So when you pull it, are we skipping? We are skipping, yep. So skip this sidewall hole right here. Come down to this next one from the outside in, okay, and pull that. So the 1 is floating right here, and we're just going to finish off the SI by going just up through the mesh from the front to the back, and it'll tie itself. It'll get right into place right there. So that's what it should look like. The SIs into a 1 SI, 1 SI, 1 SI, okay? And we are going to do that again, and we're going to skip a mesh hole, we're going to skip a sidewall hole again. So through the back of the mesh, okay, so that's the 1 right there. This is going to be the SI right here. Okay, go down through that one. I'm going to skip from the outside in, pull it, and you can put it in through that same mesh hole. See, so when you pull it tight, it's just going to fall right into place like it should. Okay? And then to end this, we're going to do the SI, all right, just a regular SI through the back of the mesh. Okay? And we're skipping again, coming down to this one, pull it, go back up through the mesh. Okay, so that's 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you can just come down here and not go through any mesh. And you could tie it off. Not in the second one. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I come down to this second to last one right here. That's what I do, you know, just pull that tight. You know, so this looks gaudy on this head because it has some nice red, white, and blue mesh on it. But solid channel, you know. That's going to be pretty consistent here, you know. So that's the sidewall pattern. I think this is going to really help. That's a pretty, yeah, that's like a, you know, cradle one-handed if you want, you know. It'll snatch back up under those shooting strings. It's a pretty solid pocket right there, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, if you learned something, maybe send it to a friend too. You know, maybe you got a buddy that wants to learn how to string. Send them this video right here. This could definitely help for the Kinetik 2.0. I I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking this out. Like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next